Good evening, everybody, to all my friends all over the world, or maybe in some countries. I have to say good morning because I don't know the timing of all the countries. Actually, here in Istanbul, it's after midnight, so I have to say maybe good morning. I don't know why I feel now that I have to say something or I want to speak about something funny. We are politicians and we are talking about politics, but we have a sense of a humor, and we need sometimes to joke. But even when we joke in politics. So let's have some fun. Of course, it will be a political fun. So I'm sorry when I'm joking, when I'm talking to you about a humor, when I'm talking about fun. Also, I'm talking about politics. Actually, if you see the title of my video, it's about the Lord King, the King God, something like that. You can call what you like. Actually, it is an old theory the humanity witnessed before thousands and thousands of years ago, before maybe in the prehistory and in the historical ages. All the time there was a theory that the king is a god, or the only god, or the son of the god, or one of the gods. So all the time the king want to take his power and his authority from heaven. So all the time he make himself equal to God, and he was living between his people in a kind of adoration. They adore him. And I guess that most of you are good readers about history, and they know very well, everybody know very well that this was popular in all the old nations, and that was really suitable for that ages. Actually, what I want to say that, or I have a question, with the development of the humanity, now we are living in the modern ages, in the technological ages, in the science ages, in the mind ages, in the age of individuality. Do you think that this theory is still survive and some people believe in? Do you think? Absolutely everybody will say no. It's impossible. Now in the age of democracy, the modern state, science, development, the modern civilization, it's impossible. I will surprise you and I will say to you that, ladies and gentlemen, simply this theory is still survived somewhere in this world. And when you talk about this theory, this ancient theory, this historical theory, this means you are not developed for long thousand years. It's a big surprise for you. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Actually, in the Arabic world, this theory is still surviving and it's still powerful. You know that in the Arabic words, there is no democracy at all. And of course, you know that Arabic word is Islamic, and the Islam is a divine religion, and it is the religion that believe in one God, and this God is Allah, and everybody, however he is, his mentality, he has a strong belief in God and in the Islamic belief. So all the Islamic societies are faithful and loyal to this principle. But the problem that these countries, especially Arabic countries, are under the concurrence and under the control of dictators. Now I am not speaking about Syria, I am speaking about all Arabic countries. We have 22 Arabic countries, and all of them, maybe we can isolate Tunisia outside this circle, maybe. I'm not sure about, but maybe we can isolate Tunisia outside this circle. But all Arabic countries are are states of dictatorship, and most of the rulers are kings, historical kings, funny kings, stupid kings, or maybe presidents. Originally they are generals, leaders of the army, and they are controlling these countries by force or by historical mentality. I mean the family. And until now, these countries are living in this way. Okay, this is not strange, because maybe you will say to me, some other countries in the world are living in the same way. Okay, in Korea, in some countries in Africa, of course not all countries of Africa, limited countries in Africa, small countries in Africa, some other places in the world. Yes, I have to confess that there are some countries are still under such a dictatorship, and we are not unique in the world that we are being ruled or governed by dictators in our Arabic world, from Iraq to Morocco, all this wide rich place. But what is the similarity between the ancient ages and what Arabic countries are living now? Okay, I have to tell you about some experiences. People in the Arabic countries, they have to kneel for the dictator all the time. Yes, exactly. They have to kneel too. They have to kneel too. It's not adoration. It's not adoration that in the way you adore your God. It's not adoration, because everybody has a God, even the one who has an adoration for himself. Everybody is in a kind of adoration to some God. In the Arabic countries, we don't have a God that we are in a case of adoration, real adoration. We are forced, Arabic countries are forced to adore one God, that is the king, the president, the general. Yes, we are. And if you don't, you have only one destiny. Either to die or to spend yourself behind the dark prisons, that you will have a dream. One day you will have a dream that before you die, you see the sun again. Of course, I will not talk to you about the kind of torture that you will face inside, because this is horrible, and your maybe modern brain or your modern brain will not believe what I will say for you. So you can't imagine what kind of treatment those prisoners, political prisoners, are living inside the prisons of the dictatorship in the Arabic countries. Of course, I have to say something about this. You don't need to be a real politician and a real, maybe in a case of real objection for those regimes, to be inside the prisons. No, you don't need this. No. It's only to say no for one simple thing that the dictator did. It's only not to show that you are obedient. It's only not to show that you are a sheep. If you show that you are a human being, this is enough for you to spend your life inside a dark prison forever. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Arabic words live. We live in a very funny way. Yeah, really. We live in a very funny way. Can I tell you something about? I will try to tell you something. You know, everywhere, for example, if you go to America, If you go to America, to Canada, to any country in the world, okay, don't go to America. Go to any other country in the world. Go to Sweden, go to Denmark, go to France, go to Africa, go to Asia, go anywhere in the world, go and look. People can talk. They can talk. Maybe they get what they are talking to, maybe not. But they can talk. They can talk. They can say what they want. They can say what is true and what is wrong. And even they don't get what they want to achieve, but they can speak. But in Arabic countries, you can't speak. More and more, you can't even think. Because it's very easy. You will say, okay, how could they understand that you are thinking? It's forbidden to think. Because, when somebody, for example, is thinking, we can't hide our thinking inside our brain. Because our face is like a mirror for what we are thinking. For example, if you think badly, of course you can't smile. You will show some sadness or some objection. The way that your face will appear will be similar. If you are happy from inside, everything will appear in your face. If you are sad inside, everything will appear in your face. If you are, for example, objecting something, it will appear on your face. That's normally. So, anywhere you are sitting, for example, you are working in your school, you are in your hospital, you are in your, anywhere you are sitting with some friends, you are sitting. So when you are talking about politics, you have to say all the time, long live the king. You have to say this word, long live the president, even in front of your friend, because you don't trust your friend. So when you say, for example, that you say good words about the dictator, but your face is not smiling, and you seems all the time that you are with a complete satisfaction with the regime, by the gestures of your face, this is enough. This is enough to take you to your black destiny. And forever. Don't forget this. Forever. Don't be surprised. We have prisoners for more 50 years. Yes, we have. And we have prisoners in the Arabic world that we don't know even they are dead or still alive, because people forgot them. Because for a long time, so people forget them. So maybe they are dead, maybe they are only because they thought, yeah, this is alive. This is alive in the Arabic world. Now, in the modern age. Okay, I will tell you something else. Also when you go anywhere in the world, one of the right of the man in any country is to find everything in front of him. He is sick, to go to the hospital. His kids go to school. Work, to some extent, available for everybody. Rights. This is rights. This is rights for everybody. But in the Arabic countries, it's completely different. It's completely different. The dictator make a funny achievement. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. The dictator makes a funny achievement. For example, when the school is built in some village, like for example a far distant village, some in the desert, in the countryside, there are some villages that is far from the cities, like that, blah blah blah. So they build a school of 2 rooms, and this school is only 4 walls, and there is a blackboard, and there are no teachers. There are no teachers. You imagine, this is a big achievement. This is a big achievement. And all the social media must talk about, the television must talk about, and they make the achievement of the president or the dictator is popular for everybody. and they are trying to show him that is a great man with great achievements because he made a school, a simple school, without any without any supplements, without any teachers, without anything inside, without any students, by the way, because they don't care if the students go to the school or not. They only want to make a small school and to show the school as a big achievement. And everybody in the country must speak and highlight and say, long live our president because he make us such big achievements. And you find all the social media and the television and talking about the big achievement, and all the way every day we have news like this. Everything is made in the Arabic countries is an achievement of the president, as if he is paying from his own pocket, like that. As if, for example, you can imagine like this. We are very lucky. We are very lucky because we have a historical leader like this. We are very lucky because if we have, for example, a leader like the leaders of the United States or France or Britain or something like that, we will not have schools, for example. We will not have hospitals. But because we are living in such a great leadership, so we have schools and we have universities and we have everything we have. So our leader made everything for us. They make the small achievement. It's not an achievement at all. When you make a small school, it's not an achievement at all. It's the right of the man. When they make, for example, this small achievement, they make it like a big achievement. Very big achievement. Not only like this, the story of the achievements not finished. For example, when they make such an achievement, such a historical achievement, all the people of the village or the city and the surrounding cities must come and dance and be happy, and they must hold the photos and the big pictures of the great leader, and they have to show everybody that they are in a case of happiness that is unlimited. Be careful when people are celebrating the big achievement of the leader. If somebody doesn't come or didn't come, some people are watching and collecting and trying to see everybody. If they don't see you, they will tell the Secret Service, and then you will face your destiny. And next day, all people will hear that somebody is taken by the Secret Service, and all the people say, he was a good man, and we will not see him again. But he was a good man. But they don't have the ability to do anything for him because he made a big crime. He made a big crime. He couldn't come, maybe because he is busy, he is sick, blah, blah, blah. He must come to celebrate the great achievement of our historical leader. You see, what a big crime. I told you that I am talking about something funny, so I'm sorry. Okay, I will talk more about also our historical leaders. Every 5 or 6 or 7 months, because we don't see him, he isn't talking to people at all, only by the news that he is receiving leaders, and we receive the news of his achievements by the news, and also we have, for example, in our news every day, if we have 15 for example topics about the news, 15, there should be 25 of the topics about him, about his great achievements. So all the news that we have is about his achievements. And we have to be very happy for that. But every, for example, 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, like that, he appears for his lovely, that because he loves a lot his people, he appears to them for 1 hour as giving them a statements, talking to his people. Because you know, you can't see the God all the time, but sometimes God send you messages. So every 1 year, for example, he send them a message, he appear on TV, and 1,000 people are sitting in front of him, and he is speaking to his people. And he's speaking about something until now we don't understand anything, because our dictators are so stupid they can't talk. They don't have the ability of talk. So they want to speak. They speak about very funny way. They speak about funny things. And you have to be very happy. And after that, you have to add this statement, this speech by our historical president. It should be recorded as the historical speech. This is the famous word that we are, okay, the president said in his historical speech, blah, blah, blah. He said like this, he talked like this. So all the time, our presidents in the Arabic world, not only in Syria, they are talking about something we don't understand. And we have to say, what a wisdom. He is very wise. We are very lucky because we have such a very clever man. He has a modern mentality. What kind of modernity, I don't know. He is a historical man. But we have to say this. If we don't say this, also again and again, we have our black destiny that is waiting for us. So all the time, we have to keep repeating his speech in everywhere. The president say this, the president say this. All the time, we have to talk about his historical speeches. All the time. We are very lucky. You see how much we are lucky? We are very lucky. Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to talk to more? Okay, happily I will talk more. The news of his family. The news of his family all the time. Okay, you are our president. Okay, you are our destiny. Okay, our wonderful destiny. But what about your family? His mother and his wife and his kids and everybody we have to take care about, because they are the family of the God. This reminds me all the time about Greek mythology, that Greek mythology talk about all gods, Zeus and all his wives and sons and like that. And we have in the Arabic world all the time take care about this. We have all the time to talk about the news of his family, because this is the most important issue, because we have to understand very well that they are very special. They are the family of the God. In the future, this God will die and his son is the coming God. So we have to be ready. We have to be ready to receive in mind and in heart and everybody. We have to receive and accept his son as the coming God. So his family news is very important for us. We have all the time to be ready, and we have to talk every day about the news of the coming president and his family. How lucky we are. I need another cigarette. Because actually when I'm talking about our gods in the Arabic word, I feel very happy, so I need to smoke. I guess we are very lucky. And I am sorry, really, for the other word. I'm sorry for Europe. I'm sorry for America. I'm sorry for Australia. I'm sorry for Japan. I'm sorry for China, because they don't have such wise presidents. Our story with the laws is something wonderful, because today he makes a new law. He makes a new law. And we have to say all the time, what a wisdom, yeah. He is very wise. How could we make such a beautiful and wonderful and modern law? Yeah, that's wonderful. After 5 days, he changed. He changed the law that he made before 5 days. And we say, this is development. This is development. A developed man. Look, he develops our life. He develops everything. So there is a real development. He make a law, then he make another law. He cancel the first law and make another law to suit his life. Because only one man is living with his family in this country, and all other people only watching the achievements. And the development of the laws is a great achievement. So he is developing the laws to be suitable for him, and we have to be very happy. No problem. Human beings inside are no problem, because they will live. That's good, they are living. Most important, that he must be happy. We are not important. Wonderful life. All the people, no problem if they live in misery, and they are very happy to live in misery. But most important, that our leader should be happy. Again, I say, we are so lucky. If you come inside the religious, if you come inside the religious society, you will feel also more and more happy, because you will see that religion all the time is an objection in front of any real leader, because the real religious man who says no for the leader, and when the leader do something good, the religious man keeps silent and don't pay attention. This is the work of religion, but in the Arabic countries it's not the same. It's not the same, because there is a real afraid or a real fear that maybe in the future some religious societies will say no, so it's better for us to make our own religious society. So it's better for us to make real schools for religious people, to make them from their children, until they grow up, to take the mentality that we want and give it to people. So all the time you see religious people are in a case of adoration with the leader. Of course, this make us, the people of the Arabic countries, very happy, because really we need a reconciliation between religion and the leader, for the sake of the leader, because we want him to be happy, and let all people be in misery. No problem. We are not important. We are living for this man. You see, we have to be very happy, and we are talking in a sense of a humor. Remember this. That's very good. We must agree about this. We are trying to be happy. We are very lucky in the Arabic world. We are very lucky. We are very lucky. You know, in Arabic countries, the people are very simple. Even the man is maybe a professor at university, and even he is a farmer in his field. They have the same mentality and the same simplicity. This is a doctor and his university, and this is a farmer, even a shepherd with his sheep. But inside, outside the circle of certificates and these things, but people are the same. You find all people are good and all people are simple. Those people who are very simple, those people who are very simple must not plan for the future. Because why you care about? Why you care about the future? There is somebody who is planning for you. There is somebody who is planning for you. Why? For example, Syria, if I want to talk about Syria. Syria is about 25 million, okay? I guess about like that. Of course, this is before the Syrian revolution. Now it's about 10 million. Okay, because our president, because he's very wise, he knew very well that it's better to kill the bad people, and he did. This is a great wisdom. So, no need for you as a man in the Arabic world to plan for your future. No, 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 no. If you plan for your future, you will not have future. If you are, for example, a professor in any branch of knowledge, if you plan your future, you will get no future. Okay, be a professor at archaeology, for example. You will go and sit at your home and you will be useless. If you are not working hand with hand or hand by hand with the regime and you are not a servant for him, it's better for you to take your certificate and work inside your house. Don't go outside because you will not find the work. And if you are a man of the regime and a servant for the regime, no need for any certificate because it's useless. Why? Why you must work and study hard? You are crazy. You lose your time by studying hard. Why you lose your time? You can succeed in life. Very easy to succeed in life. Just be with the regime. For example, if you work as a porter for the Secret Service, you can have a good salary and you can be an important man, even you are uneducated. No need for education. So why? Crazy America and crazy Canada and crazy Europe, they are losing time by study and by developing and by science. No need for that. They must study very well our way of life and they will succeed. Absolutely, they will succeed. It's enough for you to be a reporter for the Secret Service and leave out all the kind of education. No need for that. It's enough for you. It's enough for you. You can succeed and you can be a very important man. Okay, you want to lose your time? You don't want to be with the regime? Okay, go and study and go to hell. After that, you will go and you will find a work or you will go and live outside this country because there is no place for you here. Because there is no place for bad people in this country. We are very lucky. We are really lucky. Really lucky. I guess we are the luckiest people in the world. I guess you want me to talk more about our lucky life in the Arabic countries under the governments and the governing of the wise leaders. Okay, I will give you my time, don't worry. The story is or the story of peace is something wonderful in the Arabic countries. All the time they are trying to show people that they are in a case of war with Israel. And they are. All the Arabic regimes in a case of war with Israel. And they talk all the time about that. Every day they have to talk about that. And we have to say, thank God, we are appreciating that you sent for us leaders like those who hates our historical enemy all the time. But in fact, they are all in good relation with Israel. And there is no war between Arabs and Israel at all. Let's be serious. Let's be clear. There is no war between Arabs and Israel at all. Tell me. And when they make a war between Arabs and Israel, Israel will win the war. And when they do any war, look, this is really, it's like a joke. When they do any war with Israel, it's like a drama. They plan it and they lose the war. And after they lose the war, they say that we win the war and we will be very happy because they won the war. And after they won the war, we make it an anniversary. And every year we celebrate the great victory that our historical leaders made by himself and his wisdom with his great army. And we will celebrate every day and every year, and we will be very happy, and we will teach in our schools the great victory that our leader did because of his wisdom, historical leader. And the reality is a big losing for Arabs all in front of Israel. And I have to say that that all the wars between Arabs and Israel was real misery. But we celebrate every year all the victories that our leader did by himself. But there is a problem, there is a problem. Maybe this generation keep in mind like this, but the next generation, what about? So we need a solution. The brain and the clever brain, the wisdom of our leader must achieve an idea to make all generations living the same story without any development. So what he has to do? Okay, the idea is over there, don't worry. Always his great and big mind can achieve big ideas. They have to study this in school. Since the first day you go to school until the last day you leave university, you have to study a book. Every year. You have to study a book, complete book, perfect book. All this book about the achievements of our leader. Be careful. This is the most important book in all your time you are studying. It is the most important book. Be careful. And if you don't pass in this subject that is talking about our great leaders and his achievement, you will not pass even you are very clever and very brilliant. This is the most important. This book is the most important, and it is most important and more important than Arabic language and then English and then also math. And also more than religious subject, religion of Islam. It's more important. So if you lose all that, if you fail in all that, no problem. Don't lose this. When I was in the high school, for example, personally, I remember there was a law that we have to get the complete or the full marks, that is 20, in this subject to pass. Could you imagine this? That's very important. It's a wisdom because they have to be sure that you are one who trusts fully the wisdom of our president, our king, our God. So it's very important. Okay, so this is a wisdom. This is not bad. Don't think that I am talking about bad things. No, 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 no. I am saying that everything is great. You see, this is an idea you can't find in any country. Okay, we have another problem. You know, even he is a god, but he will die one day. So, he's a god. He's a god. So, what we have to do to make a god a real god? What we have to do? There should be also a brilliant idea. We need this brilliant idea. Look, I am doing like this because I am thinking. But why I have to think? I'm Arabic man. The leader is thinking. So there should be an idea that makes him maybe living in a kind of eternity because he's immortal, you know. He's immortal. There should be a statue for him in every 100 meter of the country. That's very important. You know, he is an idol. So if you are an idol, you know, in the pre-Islamic and in the old ages, the idols all the time they make statue for. So there should be a statue for the leader, and this statue is unmovable. If he die and his son come, there will be not removing to this old god, no at all, but they will add another one in front of or beside the last god. So you find the statues you find the statues all our countries, everywhere, and the photos and other things, I don't know. But the statues are very important. You have to see everywhere you go the face and the statue and the stature of the great leader, even if he's dead. That's very important because he's our idol. We have to keep looking for him every time. You see, if I want to talk about the achievements and about the wisdom of our leaders in the Arabic world, until the morning, I can keep continuing. One thing I will talk about, and I will promise you that I will stop after that. But give me only 5 minutes to continue this idea, because I want to show everybody in the world how lucky we are. You know, they teach us since we are children, for example, that our countries are very safe. Very, very, very safe. You can go and you can do what you like in your country. Go, do what you like. Nobody will touch you. And if you go outside this country, for example, if you go to America, for example, or any other country, you can't be safe. You can't be safe. People outside is very dangerous. So it's better for you to keep here, even like a sheep, even like animal, but keep here because you are in a safe place. But outside, danger. Be careful. Danger is waiting for you outside the borders of our divine countries. You see, this is a very brilliant idea to show people that all the world is dangerous, but our world is safe. Our Arabic world is safe. Our country, our small country is safe. So be happy to live whatever you live, like a sheep, no problem, like animal, no problem, but live here. Don't go outside. Don't think even to go outside. Your destiny is here because here you are safe. But if you go outside, you are not safe. You see? Oh, how much we are lucky. And when the Arabic world make a revolution, of course, I am not saying this to justify the revolutions in the Arabic world. I am a revolutionist, and I am supporter of democracy, and I can say this because I am outside Syria, for example, and I am outside the Arabic countries. I can say this, but when I am inside, I was in a real suffering because all the time I was in the opposite side. No, no problem, no problem at all. No problem. I just try to show you some faces of the wisdom of our leaders and the kind of paradise that we were living in under the authority of our great leaders, our wise leaders. And I really try to show you some humor and to give you a good evening. And I promise you, I really promise you that this sense of humor maybe will not appear on my face again because the misery that we are living in Syria is terrible and our people are dying. Our people are in a kind of displacement. Children are dying because of cold, because of hunger, because of war, because of displacement, because of everything. And I want to say finally that the Syrian people deserve, and not only the Syrian people, now I am talking about Arabic countries, those Arabic countries deserve to live in civilized countries and they deserve a change and a real change for the future and for the sake of the future of the coming generation. And the revolutions that the Arabic countries that is living now, right now that we are talking in, they deserve to continue and to succeed and to pass this dark era of life, and they have to be free and not to be under the control of Arabic gods. And when I say this, I say that all Arabic countries are living in the same way, and there is no single. I'm sorry for the disconnection in the internet. Maybe the internet in my house is not so good. I will say good evening again. I hope for you a good time and thank you for listening. Good night.